Hello and welcome to What Can I Sing? In this video we're going to show you all of the features that are actually contained within the apps. So what we've got here is obviously we've got two devices. We've got one that's connected up to the user app and then the other one over here that's obviously connected to the host app. Now the user app, I've already actually created an account and actually logged into that account, so that way we can actually start from the main screen. So now what we need to do, the first thing we need to do is to actually log into a venue. Now we're going to need to log in on both devices. We'll do this one at a time. Now there are two ways of actually logging into a venue. The first way that we'll do with the user app is by tapping on the pin on the venue, and it will actually show you the details for the venue. The next thing you can do is just to tap on that again and it'll log you straight into the venue. The second way that we're going to do on the host app is via the drop down boxes. So we need to pick the details here into our test venue, and now we need to use our host login here. And so now the host is actually logged in. So now obviously you can see that there's no requests. We'll go back over to the user app right now and we'll actually put some requests in there. So it's quite a simple thing. You obviously can scroll through where obviously it opens up in artist order. You can swap straight over to song title order and then it brings them all up in song title there. So we'll just randomly select one, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add a key change just so that we can give you a demonstration of it, and then we're going to submit that through as a request. So that's now actually been sent through. You might have noticed a notification pop up on the other app over there. So we'll go into that app, we'll actually open up through the menu, we're going to go into the new requests. Now there you can see that request that's actually just been made. So we're going to tap on that request, and what we're going to do is we're going to accept it. Now what this does back over into the user app is it sends a notification to the user. So when the user goes into their My Requests, it shows up with their request right there along with the fact that it's been accepted. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the songbook there, and we're going to actually choose a couple more at random. I'll submit that one there. We'll leave that one without any key change. Might even go into the song title order here, and again we'll just randomly pick something. We'll give that a -1 key change and submit that as well. So now we've got a couple of extra requests in there. If I go into My Requests again, you can see there's those 3 requests that we've put through. One of them's been accepted and the other 2 are marked as requested. So now we'll go back over into the host app. We'll open up the new requests, and there's the 2 new ones that we actually just did. So what we're going to do is we're going to accept one of them, and then the other thing we're going to do is we're actually going to reject or decline the other one. Now we can actually send a reason through, so we can actually type our own specific reason in a drop box, in a box right there, or we can actually choose from one of the predetermined ones. Let's say somebody else has already actually put that request in, so we're just going to notify that person, sorry, we can't do that because somebody else already has it in the list. So now I'm going to submit that, and you'll see nothing in the new requests there now. If I go into the approved requests, the 2 that have been approved are now sitting there. So back over into the user app, we'll go back into that My Requests, and we'll see there's 2 that have been accepted and 1 that's been rejected. So fairly straightforward so far. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the host app here, and we're going to actually work out our order. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do the bottom song first. So the easiest thing to do is we're just going to swap the order around. Then what we're going to do is when we're ready to get that person up next, we're going to tap on their song and we're going to say playing next. So you'll see it turns red, and again you'll see another notification over here. If we go into My Requests again, we'll see that your request will be called within the next 5 minutes. So it's a notification to let the singer know that they're going to be up next. That way if they happen to be outside or in another area of the venue, they'll get notified to say that it's their turn next, and they better get themselves ready for it. So then once the singer has had their turn, the easiest thing for the host then is to delete that request, and that request has now been completed, so it's now been deleted. So now if I reopen my refresh my requests, you'll see that that one that we've done has actually been removed, and we've still got the other two there left to go. So that's the actual basics. Now we'll go into a little bit more detail of some of the additional features. So the first thing we're going to look at is the search function. So what we can do in here is we can actually search for a song rather than actually scrolling all the way through. Now let's say we wanted to do something like, say, Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars. Well, what we can do is we can do what's called a fuzzy search. So what we can do is we can type in part of things. So we've got UPT and then BRU. So there's UPT for Uptown and BRU for Bruno Mars. There we go, it actually finds the song right there. Same if we actually go into the song title and we do exactly the same thing there. We go UPT and BRU, and there we go, it finds it again right there. So the next feature that we're going to look at is the favorites feature. Down the bottom here in the menus, down the bottom, you'll see it sits right there. Now that favorites is actually empty right at the moment because we haven't actually put anything in there. So what we'll do is we'll just go through, and again we'll just pick a random song, and what we're going to do is we're going to add that to favorites. So now it says there remove from favorites. It's actually changed. That's because it's now sitting in our favorites list. Now what we can do from there is we can actually tap on that song again. We could remove it from the favorites, or we could actually just straight out submit it as a request, and there we go, it's been sent over to the host again. So again we can go and randomly add something else in there, and again you'll see there it is actually added. So that's how the favorites works. Quite a simple feature. Just add or remove. So I'm just going to remove that one, and I go back to my favorites, and you can see that that song has actually been removed. So the next feature that we're going to look at is the new additions just down the bottom here. So if we tap on that, what we can actually see there is the last 100 songs that have actually been added to this particular songbook. So as long as the host, when they're actually updating their songbooks, as long as they actually add to their existing file that's already uploaded, it will actually tell which songs are actually new, and it'll actually put these into a list for you so that you can actually see what has actually been added just recently. Now, works exactly the same way as any of the other songs. I can add it to my favorites. I can submit a request from it. Again, you can see it's come through over on the host app. So again, if I go to my favorites, there we go, we've put it back in our favorites. So that's the new additions. Shows you the last 100 songs that the host has actually added into their songbook. So the next feature that we're going to look at is actually in our menu. So if we go into our menu, down towards the bottom here, there's one called New Song Request. Now what this is for is if a host doesn't have a song that the singer wants to actually sing, they can actually send a request through to the host to actually try and get that song for them. So what we're going to do is we're going to just put something in here, test and an artist of Hello, just so that we actually put something in there, and we've now sent that through as a new song request. If we go into my requests, you can see that it actually shows up in there as a new song request, so that's in there. So now when we go back over to the host app and we go into the menu there, you'll see that there's a new song request actually sitting right there. So that's that request that we just put through. So if we tap on that, we can actually send a response back to the singer to let them know our thoughts on that particular song. So there's a few options there. This is perfect for hosts that buy on the fly. They could send them a message to say I'll have it very shortly, or there's other options that you've got available there. So let's just tell them that we'll have it very shortly. So So we've sent that off, and again the notification comes back to the singer. So we go refresh that my requests again, and as you can see, the message says we'll have it in around 15 minutes. So now the next feature that we're going to look at is again in the menu. It's down the bottom here, it's called History. And what this is a history of whatever the singer has actually put through to this specific venue. So it's actually venue specific, so when they put in requests to a different venue, it'll actually bring up the history for them for that specific venue. So as you can see, here are all of those songs that we actually put through requests for. Now the brilliant thing about this is, again, it operates exactly the same way as all of the other songs, where if I tap on it, I can add it to my favorites, or I can resubmit it as another request. I think there was one of these. Let's have a look. Which one was it? Achy Breaky Heart is already in our favorites, so I can actually remove it from the favorites. So all of that can actually be done from that history tab. So that's actually all of the actual features within the apps. Obviously, throughout the menu there's a couple of other items there. There's your profile where you can actually change your photo and details. Obviously the next thing is you can change the venue, so you can log out of this venue and log into another venue to actually submit requests on that venue. Now one of the beauties of this app is you don't need a host code. As you saw before, I didn't need any details of the host to actually log in. All that I did is I picked the details from the map or even from the drop down boxes, so no host code is required. Obviously log out down the bottom there, and again this home button will take you straight back to the songbook that you're actually looking at already. So that is how the apps actually work. We hope this video has been helpful. If you do have any questions though, please send us a message. You can do so through our Facebook page or even through email. So let us know if you have any questions. Otherwise, thanks again for watching. Have fun at karaoke. Talk to you again real soon.